we're gonna start standing actually. So just come to like a comfortable stance. And usually, like when I think about starting to open the hips for turnout, I like to do a couple steps where you just take one leg, step it to a turnout, and then same with the other one. And you just repeat that a couple of times just to get some movement there. And just so we can kind of connect to the idea that when we turn out our legs, it happens from the hips, not from the knee, not from the foot. Knee and foot follow along. So we'll just step the feet wide now, sink the tailbone down, and then we'll just start with squats. So up and down. Good. So I find that I usually keep my hands at heart center when we work in wide second like this. I don't know. I feel like it helps me keep my core engaged. But use this time to really start to warm up. We're building a little bit of heat, but also we're pressing down through the feet. And we start to think about squeezing your butt when you stand up. And make sure you're breathing deeply. So we'll do 4 more. 2 more, and then we'll hold it down. Just little presses down, so push. So sometimes I call this pulsing or whatever, but this time I want you to actively feel like you're pressing your feet down every time with the hips. Good, making sure you're staying upright. And you start to feel the back of the thighs and your butt squeezing too here. Let's do 8 more. Wake up the inner thighs too. Maybe you drop it down for 4, 3, 2, hands to thighs. Drop one shoulder down. I love this stretch. And maybe you start kind of pulsing here a little bit. And then we'll switch sides. Hold it first. And maybe you add a little movement. So we'll come up to stand, heel toe those feet closer together, arms sweep up and then forward fold. And here just bend one knee at a time, just loosening up a little bit. You can lift the heel or not. All right, take a nice like halfway lift, really lengthen the spine here. And then plant your hands, high plank. Get yourself all set up and then just glide forward and back a little bit. So use your toes. And as you're doing this, really feeling like every single knuckle is pressing down. Letting the body heat up, starting to find the core muscles and pulling them in. Here's 2. Last one, downward dog. Start to pedal the feet out here. Shake the head. A lot of strength to be here, but you can use this time to stretch as well. Shifting forward, find that high plank, but now place your right hand more toward the center of your mat. Roll open for a side plank. Top arm reaching up and then overhead. So you're stretching the entire left side of your body, strengthening the right side. So maybe we take some big shoulder circles here. And switching directions, really reach. Cool. Plant the hands down and set it up for the other side. So left hand down, side plank, get yourself all set up and strong. Top arm reaching up and then overhead, really reach. Lifting the hips and maybe do that stroking of the arms. And switch directions. Good. High plank, downward dog. Let's lift the right leg up nice and high. Soften the left heel down, lift the right leg up a little more. We're just making some room here. And we'll set the right leg down, step the left leg up. Deep breaths. Foot comes down and we'll slowly walk ourselves back to our forward fold. Soft knees. You can grab opposite elbows here. You can sway side to side. Maybe shake the head yes and no. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll up. Head comes up last. And we're going to start in a high lunge with the right leg forward first, left leg back. So hands on hips or hands in front of you, doesn't matter, but I want you very much like the upper body is upright and strong. Soft bend in the back leg, and that back leg is going to lower down and up. So you're not really straightening your front leg when you come up. And of course, the lower you get that back knee down, the more you're going to feel the burn. It might be tempting as you get tired to like start to tip forward. Try not to do that quite yet. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold it low, little pushes down. Again, we're upright, low belly's pulling in, chest is open. Let it burn. See if you can settle in. Good. 8 more, and get a little bit lower. Challenge yourself. You can do it. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to step the back foot more diagonally behind you for like a curtsy squat. Can you guys see my foot? Yeah. Same thing there. Bend. Come on up. So there's a lot of weight in your front heel. And you want to think about your hips still kind of being square toward like the wall in front of you. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2. Coming back to high lunge, we're going to alternate between the two. So it'll be a squat down here over to your curtsy. High lunge, dip, curtsy lunge, dip. Whew, a lot of weight in that front foot. Cool, just a few more times each side, and then we're switching. Here's our last one. Hold it low in your curtsy. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. My right leg is already dead. Set up that high lunge, other side. Right into your just straight down bends. Good. Shoulders down. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Little pushes down. Really, like, it's almost like you want to think about squeezing the base of the feet together toward each other. Sink it low. Here's 4, 3, 2, over to your curtsy. Get that set up. Get yourself adjusted. Down and up. This means we're almost done with this set. I know it's hard. If you need to come out really quick, reset, that's cool. Come on back in when you're ready. Here's 4. Here's 3, 2, and we're going to alternate them. Here we go. So high lunge, dip, curtsy, dip. Let those legs shake. Challenge yourself. Get that back knee down. This is almost done. Let's go 2 more each side. Last set. Hold it low in your curtsy. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, and come on up. Shake the legs out. Okay. Little bit more thigh. So we're going to do a turnout first. Heels together, toes apart. We're going to actually keep the heels down for this one. Start to bend your knees out over your toes, but also squeeze your butt a lot. So you're upright. You're going to use the inner thighs to press those legs back like little wings. So especially since we have our heels down, this movement looks a lot smaller. That's okay. I want you to still use all of your strength, so inner thighs and butt. You can bend your knees a little more if you want. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, little lower and lift. So down for 2 counts and up for 2. Still not straightening the legs all the way. Keeping a little bit of a bend. Making sure your knees are tracking right over your middle toes. Good. Couple more of these, and then we'll go back to the little pushes. Good. Head back down, hold it, push, push, push. So see if you can keep your heels touching, almost like they're pressing against each other, even though our feet are down on the ground. Good. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold them open. Hold that squeeze. Squeeze your butt a little bit more. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, and we're going to come down to our mat. Knees a little wider than hips, toes touching, like so. Shins pressing down into the mat, hands on your hips, butt lowers to a hover and lift. So sometimes when you do this exercise, we do it like where we lean back. This is not that one. Upper body stays upright, and it's just your pelvis that moves. To really like kick this on, your shins need to be pushing down into the mat hard the whole time. And of course, when you lift, squeeze your butt, like pressing the hips forward. Here's 8, push. Shins press a little bit harder, guys. 4, 3, 2, and only go halfway down. So down and push, down and push. Shins push down. 4, 3, 2, hold it halfway down. Hold yourself there and come on down. You can sit on your shins. That's a little bit of a quad stretch, so if that feels good, you can just stay right there for a breath or two. And we have made it to our first stretching segment. Yay. So here's where you can use your blocks if you want them. And right leg is going to step forward first, and you'll inch the left knee back a little bit, setting up your low lunge so that it feels like you're starting to stretch your hips and the left hip flexor, the front of the hip there. So letting your breath settle, letting your body start to soften. And you'll walk yourself back to your hamstring stretch. And now here, you can place, like normally we keep our toes flexed up toward us, but you can place the sole of your foot down and up, down and up, like little movement there if you like. But you do want to feel like when you're holding it steady, you want to feel like the entire leg is being drawn back into the hip joint there. I'll face you guys for this next part because we're going to move a little bit. So curl the back toes under. Shift your weight forward, come on up, and we're headed to figure 4, crossing left ankle over right knee. So flex this foot, sit back. And let's bring this knee back up, send it back, and head back down to that hamstring stretch. So that's like a long way to travel, but we're going to try to flow with breath with that just a couple of times. So it would be an inhale, come on up to standing. Exhale, figure 4. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, land it and head back down to your hamstring stretch. Just try that a couple times on your own. Don't worry if you're not at the same pace as me, or if you don't want to move with breath, that's totally fine. And there's our last one. So we'll come forward, switch legs, get your low lunge set up first, allowing the hips to sink forward. Letting everything soften on this side. And walk yourself back, lengthening out the front leg. Long spine here. You can kind of point your butt back to deepen it. And you can do that thing with your foot where you step it down and up. So we'll go the first one slow, our first part of our little flow here. Curling the back toe, shift your weight forward, stepping up, set up your figure four and just sit back and breathe and hold it. Knee comes back up, send it way back. Knee comes down, hamstring stretch. So when you're ready, you can start to breathe with this. So it would be inhale up, knee up. Exhale, figure four. Inhale, knee. And exhale all the way back and down, hamstring. So two more, your own pace. All right, so when you finish up your last round, you'll come into a tabletop, blocks aside if you have them. Now we're headed into like a frog, so what you're gonna do is point your feet facing out away from you, and you start to let your knees fall open. I don't know if a side view is better or not, maybe. So you'll find your natural stopping point. Maybe you press the hips back a little bit to get deeper. And let's just take 3 deep breaths here. So push down through the hands, curl the toes under, and just kind of bring yourself back to a tabletop. Hands plant down, widen your fingers a little bit, push the mat away, lift the belly, curl the toes under and lift the knees up just an inch or two. Make yourself really solid and strong here because the left knee is going to come into the chest and then send it back long and straight. So it's in and it's back. So strong arms, nothing else in your body moves. You can do this. At any point, you can place the right knee down if you need like a little bit less intensity. Here's our last one. Hold that left knee in, little pulses in, tiny squeezes. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down. Couple rounds of cat and cow, just moving the spine a little bit. Good, we'll get set up for the other side. So again, toes curl under, lift the knees just a little. It's the right knee that comes in this time, and then send it back long. Really try and press the arms down. Keep that left knee low, hovering. Just a couple more of these. Last one. Hold that knee in, little squeezes. Push the mat away. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and knees down. Cat and cow. Let that go. Left leg extends back. Right arm extends forward. Lift the belly. Bring elbow to knee under you, and then reach long. In and reach. Good. 4 more. Really squeeze elbow toward knee. 2, last one, and reach. Arm and leg down, right leg, left arm. Lift your belly button, and here we go. It's in and out. Stay in control, stay mindful, no matter how challenging it gets. Last 2. Good. Laying down all the way on your belly. Untuck your toes. Goalpost arms, like cactus arms. Toes stay down, upper body lifts and lowers. So legs are long. Using some of our back strength now. Keep your neck long. Good, yes. Really keeping the collarbone broad, lift and lower. 2, hold yourself up here, arms reach overhead, reach and pull them down. Reach, pull them down. Keep your toenails pressing down. Upper body is lifted. Steady breath. So you're gazing down on the ground ahead of you a little bit. Keep the neck long. 4, really pull. 3, here's 2. Here's 1. Hold those elbows in, lift, and we'll press up to a seat, grabbing your weights if you want to use them on the way. Gotta wipe this sweat off my face. Hold on, guys. Okay. So weights in your hands, arms down by your side, palms up, elbows slightly bent. We'll go slow lift, slow lower, lift, and lower. So I'm just going about shoulder height, lowering about halfway down or a little bit more. Soft bend on the elbows so the arms stay curved. And then as usual, it's like you add that oomph. So really push and push down. Like flex your biceps. Good. Yep, make it hard. 4, 3. Here's 2. And hold it up, tiny presses here, little push, push. So it's important that you keep working because it's easy to just like kind of fake it. Push, push. Use your core, pull it in. Good. Here's 4, push, 3, 2, and we're gonna bring the arms toward each other for 2, and out, nice and slow. In, kind of a squeeze, and out, little faster, in and out. Keep those muscles flexed. Good, yep. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come back like diagonally up, and then scoop with the hands, scoop, like you're trying to dig through mud or dirt or something, like carve it out all the way. Yeah. All the way around, kind of making like C shapes with your hands. Good. Let's do 8 more. Pull your belly in, make sure you're not leaning back. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come back down by your side, palms up, and then it's flip, reach your fingers, flip, elbows pull in. Okay, so flip, reach away, flip, elbows draw in. 1 more slow, and then we'll pick up the pace just a little bit, right? So it's reach, back in, reach, back in. So keep it kind of small, but really reach through the fingers. That's important. Now, as you get this, you can start to bring it up about shoulder height. Really reach out, pull in. Few more. Good. Last two. Last one. And arms down, weights aside. You can shake the arms out a little bit, shoulder roll, let it go. And we have reached our next stretching section. So again, you're welcome to use your blocks. We're gonna do a little bit like a pyramid stretch. So come on up to stand. Right leg forward first. Left leg back, not in a full high lunge, just like a medium kind of step. And I'll show you from the front. I like to widen my stance, hip distance or even wider sometimes. It just depends on what feels good. Hands to hips, lengthen, and then fold, long spine. You'll find your natural stopping point, which is when you maybe bring your hands down to blocks or to your leg or to the mat. Let your head hang down also, and then really try to pull the left hip forward and right hip back. With your next 3 breaths, inhale, halfway lift, long spine, and exhale, fold in. 2 more just like that. Last one. And then you're gonna lift your back leg, kind of like a warrior 3. Fingers come down to the mat for a standing split. And then you're gonna stay balancing on that right foot, coming all the way up to stand with the left knee up in front of you. I'll back up a little bit. So you can choose to hold around the shin and bring it out to the side, or you can grab onto your big toe and extend straight and bring it out. Totally your choice. Good. Then we're gonna let the shin or toes go and hold it there. So hold it, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down. Shake it out, we'll set up the other side. So set up your stance, feet down, long spine, and fold. Let your head release, and again, squaring the hips. Now 3 breaths, halfway lift and fold. Nice full breaths here. You're gonna shift your weight into that front foot, coming into like a warrior 3 little balance, and then into your standing split. And then we're gonna think about slowly coming up to stand with the right knee in front. Okay, so then you decide if you're just staying there with the shin, which is cool, or if you want to try to go for the toe grab and bring it out. No matter what you've chosen, try to stay tall, shoulders down, and then we'll release and hold it and bring it down. Good, shake it out. Let's do a little bit of a quad stretch. So just grab one leg, knees together, and kind of press that hip forward. I like to, when I do this, grab my foot from the inside, kind of thumbs up to the ceiling. Helps keep your chest open. And release, other side. Knees in line. Press that hip forward. Okay, it's booty time, and I'm gonna bring you guys down with me. So we're gonna be lying on our sides. So pick a side. Okay. Your bottom leg is gonna be bent in front of you. Your top leg is gonna be long, holding at hip height. Okay, so hip bones are stacked, of course, belly's pulled in. You'll start to send this top leg back just until you feel your glutes start to engage, like a little bit of a butt squeeze. That's how you know where you want to stay and work. So staying there, you start to just push that foot back a little bit, pressing that leg. Little push and push. Find the beat of your music. Every push should also be a butt squeeze. So if it's not happening on its own, make it happen by squeezing on purpose. Now, so your toes can be pointed or your feet can be flexed. Just see which one works better for you. Doesn't really matter. Tiny little presses. Just finding the work here. Good. Yep. So here is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and hold it back. Hold that squeeze. Maybe point your toe if it's not already. And from here, it's a little bit of a lift up, up, and up. Yeah. So you are squeezing this entire time. Really pushing in. Draw the core in. Just make sure everything else is strong and stable so we can really focus here. Here is 8. Breathe, really push. Here's 4, 3, 2, and you're going to draw circles with the toe, circles to the back. Pretty small. Just carve out those curves. When we do circles in barre, it's so that we can get multiple muscles. Good. Here is 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg exactly where it is, but bend the knee. So you have like a 90-degree bend in this top leg, and we'll take that whole thing from the top. So little presses back. It's the same series we just did, except for our top leg is bent. So every push back is also a butt squeeze. Check in with the core, lengthen through the torso. Really don't want to feel this in the low back, so just adjust yourself if that's the case. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold it back. Hold that squeeze, and then we're lifting up, up. So it's the entire outside of the top leg that's lifting up to the sky. Really push. This is where it really starts to burn. We can get through it though. Good. Here's our last 4. Now draw circles with the knee. Circles going to the back. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up to a seat. You can swing that working leg around. Kind of tap out the glutes. Kind of helps tenderize. And let's do the other side. So swing it around. So we've got our bottom leg is bent right in front of us, about 90 degrees, like whatever feels strong and stable. The top leg, hip height-ish. Start to send it back until you feel your butt muscles start to turn on there. And then we'll find those little pushes back and back. I think for this, I like to flex my foot for this particular move. I feel like it helps me get in there. So maybe try both. Pull the core in. Make sure your top hip bone is not like rolling back. You can even hold it there if you want. Keep your breath steady and strong. Here's 8, 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg back. Hold that squeeze. Maybe point your toe now. And we'll do those little lifts up, up. So your leg is probably, like if you were to look at it, pointing diagonally back. Yeah, find that resistance and push into it. Like actively make it tough, just like anything else we do. Your effort is really most of the work here. Here's 4, push, 3, 2, and right into our circles. Carve them out. Mine are probably the size of like a softball, I'd say. I'd say probably there or smaller would be just fine. Stay strong, really push into it. I know it can get like, it starts to get hard, like up and around the top part of the circle, but stay strong. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg right where it is, bend it to 90 degrees, and starting from scratch, here we go, little pushes back and back. Reset your form if you need, like check in with the core, chest, top shoulder, make sure you're not like leaning back trying to look at your foot. Just feel the work. Awesome job, guys. Keep breathing. Close your eyes if you need to. Here's 8 and 4, 3, 2, to our little lifts up, up, up. So it's the entire outside of the leg that should be feeling like it's pressing up. Quick core check. You can even put your hand right there. Good. We're so close, guys. We're almost there. Let's go. Last 4. Push. 3, 2. Hold it up. Little circles. Draw them with the knee. And if you're drawing these knee circles and you're not really feeling it, point the knee back a little bit more diagonally. You can adjust yourself that way. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up to a seat. Wrap that leg around, and you can tap it out. All right, one more song, and it's core. So let's do this. Let's lay down. And our shins are going to be floating right above, knees above hips, shins parallel to the ground. Flex your feet here. And then you're going to start to push through the heels a little bit, little tiny presses. But they feel big, right? Because I want you to create that work. As you're doing this, you're feeling your core muscles pulling down to the mat to support you. And every time you press through the heels, you feel that work. Relax your neck. Good. Push 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to take your left leg and lower tap the heel. Down for 2, lift for 2. Other side. What we're not doing here is changing the bend of the knee. The leg stays exactly as it is. Imagine lowering right from the hip. Keep the leg, same angle of bend, everything. And if your heel doesn't touch the ground, like that doesn't matter. I want you to feel the core work. Don't let your knees creep in. Keep them right over the hips. Good. Now, hands behind the head, center crunch. Up and down. I like to exhale as we lift. Really contract those muscles. Breathe. Good. Here's 4, 3, 2, and hold your upper body up. Release the arms, and you're going to reach for opposite ankles, pausing in the center. So left, center, right, center. Getting the obliques, like this should feel like a side bend. Don't let the knees come in. Really squeeze. This is it, guys. Home stretch here. Here's 4, 3, 2, And legs up to the sky, feet press up to the sky as your hips lift a little bit. Trying to stamp the ceiling. Really press. Good. Here's last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees in and circle them around. You can hold behind the thighs, or you could go for happy baby. Or you could wrap your fingers around your big toe and have more of a straddle, straight legs. Whatever version you have, if you want to rock side to side, that can be nice. Bring yourself back into a little ball and start to rock up and down the spine. We're going to do some seated stretches. Come on up as you're ready. Right foot comes into the left thigh and like really tuck it in. Sit bones down firm, arms up, turn to the long leg, the straight leg, and fold over. Once you get to your stopping point, let your head hang down so the stretch can go all the way up the neck. And let your breath be what softens you in, like instead of grabbing onto the foot or the ankle and like pulling yourself down hard, try to just melt in. Coming up a little bit, only enough to maybe you put the left forearm down, maybe you have the palm planted with a straight arm, but your opposite arm is going to come up and over. Same thing here. Don't worry about like reaching too hard, trying to touch your foot or anything. Just soften. We're headed into Stargazer, which I think we've done in this class. Anyway, so you'll cartwheel your arms around. The right hand plants right outside the right hip, fingers facing back behind you. And then you sweep up, press the hips up, let the head hang back, reach through the top arm. And coming down slow. Switch legs. Arms up, turn to face your straight leg, and fold. Sometimes bending your knee can give you a little more space in your low back when you do folds like this. So if that's helpful, cool. And then we'll come up just a little bit. Figure out where you want your bottom arm to go. It could even rest right on the leg. That works too. But your opposite arm comes up and over. And getting ready for Stargazer, so we'll cartwheel the arms around, plant that left hand down, fingers face behind you, and lift the body up. Reach through the top arm. You should feel like your toes to the tip of your fingers. And we'll come down slow. We'll just do a little bit of hip stretching, because why not? So from a seat, you take your take one ankle on top of the opposite knee. And you can either pop a block under here, or you just kind of soften and breathe wherever you're at. If this is just too much, you can take it more into like a figure 4. on your back or something. So figure out where exactly feels right. And we'll take just a couple deep breaths on this side. And shifting out, switching sides. Get yourself settled. And we'll take just a couple deep breaths there. All right, come on out of that. Arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment to appreciate what you've accomplished tonight and for your neighbors in class. Awesome job, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, this whole week we've asked that you donate not to Black Widow, but to one of the organizations that we've listed on our page. And I hope you have a great weekend, guys. I'm gonna